This is Andre Sweeney, the Life Specialist. Welcome to the Get a Life Show, the show that gives you the tools and principles necessary for an outstanding life. Today's segment is called Life Nuggets, and today's topic is A Man's Gotta Do What a Man's Gotta Do, Part 2. Last show we discussed Part 1, and we came from our foundational scripture, which comes from Luke 2:52, which reads, Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. Last show we talked about the wisdom that Jesus increased of, which is representative of your mental responsibilities. Today we're going to talk about the fact that Jesus increased in stature, or a man's physical responsibilities. Now again, if you're a man, I want you to pay close attention to this show. This is going to bless your life and give you some tools to maximizing your potential. For all you ladies out there, call your husbands, friends, boyfriends, your uncles, and your sons and tell them to listen to the show. It's going to help benefit your life as well. Okay? So it says Jesus increased in stature, or his physical responsibilities. So I'm going to ask you men today a series of questions, and I want you to think heavily on the questions that I'm about to ask. Number one, do you take care of yourself and your family? Do you have a job? Do you have a source of income? Are you working? Or are you living off somebody? What is the deal? Do you rent? Do you own your own home? What are you doing to bring life to your family? What type of ways are you making? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you hustle? And I ain't talking about selling drugs. I'm not talking about doing dishonest things, but do you get out there? If you don't have a job and you live in Michigan, how about there are 1 million lawns in Flint that you could be cutting right now as I speak? How about the fact that come November, December, the snow season is going to hit? It amazes me how young black men can talk about not having jobs, but we live in Michigan. We live in one of the most heavily snowed areas in the world. And you don't have a job? Oh, no, sir. Every day, if you're not employed, you ought to be out there knocking on someone's door. Sir, ma'am, would you like your driveway shovel? Hey, I'm handicapped. I can't shovel my own snow. So if you come knock on my door, I'm going to give you a job. That's the bottom line. What are you doing to bring income into your family? Number two, if you do live with a relative or someone, are you at least paying your own way? Do you pay rent? Or are you living off somebody for nothing? All you females out there, if you're allowing a man to live off you without contributing, you are a $19,000 fool. It is crazy to allow a man to live off you without contributing. That doesn't make sense. If you're staying with your parents, you should be paying something. Now, my father made me pay rent, and I couldn't even walk. So what about all you parents out there who are allowing your grown children to feed off you, to be leeches? You should at least be paying cable, something on the consumers, bringing some food in the house or something. But no man should be somewhere not paying his own. Number three, do you prepare your meals? Do you buy groceries? Are you making sure your kids are eating? Even if they don't live with you, you should be making sure your kids eat. And you should not leave it up to the state of Michigan to feed your children. It is not the bridge car's responsibility for your children to eat. It's yours. Number four, have you and your family seen a doctor in the past year? Now, I know health care is a major issue, and many of us cannot afford adequate health care. All I'm saying is that health care has to become a priority. Even if you have to hold back some money, men, make sure your family gets at least a checkup a year. Save back some money, cut some grass, do some extra things, but make sure your children get their teeth cleaned at least once a year. You're not obligated to buy Air Jordans. You're not obligated to buy the latest fashions for your kids, but make sure that their teeth don't fall out by the time that they're 20. That's your responsibility. If you have children, number 5, do you pay your children's expenses? Are you paying child support? Are you doing the things necessary to help that woman take care of those babies? Those children didn't ask to come into the world, and they shouldn't have to beg you for $1. Do what you have to do. I don't care if you don't like her. I don't care if she gets on your nerves. I don't care if she's the worst mama in the world. You did it to her. Now do it for those kids. Don't get crazy. Don't sit there and run from it. You had your little 5 minutes of pleasure. Now you got to take care of those kids for the next 18. Number 6. Does your family feel secure when you walk in the door? A father is supposed to bring security. A father is supposed to make sure that his children feel good. When you come through the door, you're supposed to bring a sense of everything's all right. When you walk through the door, you're supposed to make your children and your wife feel like, hey, if the whole world's coming down in front of us, my father, my husband's going to take care of it. There's a sense of security that's supposed to come when you come, not fear. Not, oh, here he comes again. Not, there he goes, but security. A feeling like we're going to be okay. We're going to make it. That's what a real man does. I am 36 years old. When my father comes home to visit, I still feel the security of a little boy because he's always been a man. And that's what you have to do. Number 7, are you willing to protect your family? Are you willing to protect them physically? Many of you out there that's doing illegal things, you're willing to die to sell a crack rock. You're willing to die or go to jail just to make a few extra bucks. Are you willing to die for your family? Are you willing to do the things that's necessary to protect them? Many of us live in bad neighborhoods. Are you there to protect your kids on those mean streets? Are you there to let every dope dealer know they better not mess with your children? Every gang member, you better not talk to my son. Every man out there, step up. Let's protect our families. Uncles, protect your nieces and nephews. Men in the church, let's begin to protect these young boys that we see in church every Sunday, but we do little to help out. This is Andre Sweeney, the life specialist, and I'm here to tell every man to take care of your physical responsibilities and also to get a life.